Hi, I'm Paul Sullenberger. In this video, we're going to cover the CeramicSpeed BB ALPHA setup for a Shimano crankset. This setup will be the same across all frame interfaces and is nice and straightforward. We're going to start with your bottom bracket properly installed, greased, dust covers installed, and ready to go. And we're going to apply a thin bead of quality grease along the crank spindle and install your drive side crank. CeramicSpeed's long life grease is a great solution to use here. We're going to start by applying grease at the grooved end to make sure there's grease in the interface to the non-drive side crank. And you can apply a small bit of grease to the preload threads on the inside. We'll line this up and it's a nice secure and tight fit. Give it a little tap to slide through. And the same thing when it meets the opposite side. And I'm holding my fingers on the dust cover of the opposite side to keep it seated as well. We'll now go to the non-drive side and apply our non-drive side crank arm. Now on the drive side, ensuring there's adequate grease on the profile as well as in the threads, we're going to line up the non-drive side crank arm, applying it directly on, and then we're going to apply the preload bolt. This is a perfect opportunity to install the CeramicSpeed alloy preload bolt, and it uses the same 5mm hex key as the pinch bolts on the crank to simplify installation. I'll thread this in easily. You can tighten it to ensure there's no movement necessary. I want to go ahead and seat the locking pin of the crank arm itself. And you want to make sure there's no drag and that the non-drive side crank arm does not contact the cup. You may need a 1/2 mil washer between the crank and the bottom bracket to ensure proper clearance. I'm now going to release this a small bit to ensure everything spins smoothly. Just like that. We're going to check laterally if there's any player movement. With that being tight, we'll go ahead and with a 5mm hex key, we'll tighten both pinch bolts to 12 Newton meters. With both sides secure, check and ensure the crank free spins again, and you're ready to go ride.